Today, we are making a staple in all Cuban households, picadillo. I am Ernie from Miami Food Family, and this is the highlight of your day. Picadillo, widely considered a Cuban dish, especially by Google and the New York Times, actually originated in Mexico and the Philippines, with records going as far back as 1821 when it was first served to the new Mexican emperor. Although that dish was a little fruitier, there are different variations. In our region, more specifically our household, we use ground turkey. We also are going to use today golden berries, raisins, because we are out of regular raisins. Now, picadillo traditionally is made with ground meat or minced meat. Some countries even use spicy pork. But in our house, to have it a little leaner, we eat it with ground turkey. We also cook it on a wok to eliminate using oil. The dish begins with a sofrito. The sofrito is what's used to give the meat flavor. So you use that to season the meat when you throw the meat in. Typical sofrito: onion, garlic, pepper. That's the basic of it. At that point, once you add the meat, you are gonna make it a stew by adding the vino seco and the tomato sauce. Then come the variations where you can have some golden raisins or you can have some other fruit involved. If I am a good boy, Gina will make me potato, but that is an extra step. So you eliminate the potato if you want a quick recipe, but you have the potato, you would have to fry it beforehand and then add it into the dish. Also olives, which are another one of my favorites, gives it a nice little salty taste to it. There are other variations. You can add basically anything you want. This, aside from the ground turkey, is the Cuban typical way to do picadillo, our comfort food. Before I start cutting the vegetables, a little kitchen tip, or a life hack as I like to call it these days. If you have a cutting board that is dancing all over the place, all you need to do is get a wet paper towel, put it underneath, no more movement. Let's get started. Two tablespoons of garlic equals 2 to 3 garlic cloves. On to the potatoes, medium high, in this beautiful wok we have here. About 2-3 tablespoons of oil, so we can fry them real quick. We should really get more help. Rock and roll.
Don't splatter me.
I won't. Look, I'll do it like this. Turn them once. Why do we use a wooden spoon?
I always use a wooden spoon.
Because you're a white. Now we're gonna put a lid on it so we can soften them up a little bit. And then they'll get crispy on the outside.
And soft.
And soft on the inside. We're gonna take these potatoes out now and salt them up. All right, before we pat the potatoes dry, we're gonna throw some salt on them.
Yeah, not too much. Ay, qué reguero.
Man down. Now these go in at the end, so I'm gonna go hide them or else they're not gonna last because I'm gonna pick at them and everybody else is gonna pick at them and then we have no potatoes for the picadillo. We are ready to cook the picadillo. We're gonna start with the sofrito, peppers, the onion, the garlic. So, the onion with our little thing, our wok at medium high. How much onion, you ask? A half of a large yellow onion. The peppers, half of a large pepper. Then you could read it here somewhere. Or there. Green pepper, by the way. That was a green pepper. Garlic. 3 or 4 cloves. Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited? This is looking good already. It smells nice. You want to cook this until the onions are translucent and cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. We are getting close. The next step here is throwing in the meat. Let's start separating it in there. In case you're wondering why I like cooking with a wok, well, I find it easier to use because you have more of a cooking space, more of a working space, and it is much easier to clean. Take it over the sink, wipe it down, you're pretty much done. We're gonna cook this evenly until we get rid of all the pink. We don't want it to dry out, so just when we're ready there, without the pink, then we're gonna add the dry cooking wine and the tomato sauce. The cooking wine adds the salt. The tomato is really for color and a little bit of moisture. Some people really like it like a stew, so they use the whole can of tomato. That's not how we like it. We like it a little drier, so I kind of eyeball it a little bit, but we use less. Usually half, if not less than half, of the typical portion. Let it simmer for a bit with the lid on. Now that we have lowered the heat and put the lid on, we are going to cook it for 10 to 15 minutes. Letting it simmer in the juices. We are ready to add the final ingredients. I have to go into my hiding space here. I lied to the kids and said that we did not have potatoes, so they're going to be excited when they see the potatoes that I hid so they wouldn't pick at. So we're going to put those in there. Also going to put in our olives and our raisins. This is going to be a lot, so we're going to eat some now. And then we're gonna have plenty of leftovers so we can have stuffed peppers or empanadas or papas rellenas. You know what? I'm gonna do a video of papas rellena just because I like you. Let's stir this puppy up. Okay, at this point it is ready to go. You can have it just like this if you like it more like a stew or a sloppy joe. We like a little drier. So I'm gonna kick up the heat, cook down some of the juices, and then that's it, it's ready. We're gonna have a little some rice, brown rice if you wanna be healthier. I'm a good Cuban boy, so I'm gonna include a banana too. I'm very excited to eat my potato. This is our family recipe. It is a staple in our house. We have it at least once a week. If you try this, or if you already do it at home, please let us know any variation you have. I'd be very excited to hear. Remember, subscribe, like, comment, all of that good stuff. Again, I am Ernie from Miami Food Family. Behind the lens is my beautiful wife, Gina, who taught me everything I know about Picadillo. See you next time. Get out of here.
You walk away, that's what you always do.
Bye.